Hey guys, just a quick video here. So if you have the Escapod, you know that you have these, console areas here where you can put your phone to charge. You got some charge in there. And for mine, it's dead right now. On both sides, it's not working. And one of the things you'll want to do is check to see if everything's dead or what. But right inside here, that is your wiring going to your light outside, and that is also dead. So the whole kit and caboodle back here is dead. So it's not this, it's not that. So the next thing you want to do is come back here, and you'll see it says nightstand right there. And I took that off, replaced it with another 10 amp fuse just to check it and see if it was the fuse. It is not the fuse. So the next thing that this all hooks up to, if you follow that wiring, you can see the nightstand right here has a hot wire that goes over to this DC to DC converter. So that's going to be the next component I'm going to check. So what I did is I went out to Amazon and I ordered this DC to DC converter, and this time it's a 10 amp max versus this one, which is, as you can see, a 5 amp max. So what I think is happening is I think that's probably died on me, because 5 amp max is not a lot, and it's a 10 amp fuse right there. So really, for that to die but not the fuse tells me most likely I just need to bump this up to match the 10 amp over here. So we're going to try that out today and we'll see what happens. Alright, so the first thing I did was cover this all up with something. I don't want anything to fall on these and make them go and touch, otherwise I'll have some issues with the battery. So I just put some cardboard there, and then I took my pair of dikes and I just snipped them all off. Now this has the same wiring, so it matches pretty darn good. The only added part here is this inline fuse right here. This is a 10 amp inline fuse. Technically I could determinate off of that panel right there, or breaker box, whatever you want to call it, fuse box, and basically put it onto directly onto the hot up top there. Could terminate it right on there and then wire everything directly. I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is for now, and then if I decide later on, I may do that. We'll see if it causes problems having two protection devices on there or something like that. If I have to replace 2 of them every time it blows or something like that, then I'll definitely be looking at rewiring it. I don't want to go through all my blade fuses. So anyway, the next step here is I'm going to have to strip these out and then terminate them here, and we'll see if it works. If it works, then I'm going to take the screws out and mount this. It looks like this should match or be really close at least. We'll see what I come up with. Alright, and there you have it, completed. So it really is not a bad job. This was real quick and easy. A couple things: the screws, if you drop one, you're not going to get it back down in there, so just have a couple extra screws. I matched them because I had one drop, and then I had to match them, so I got 2 of them. But they're 8/32 by 1/2 inch screws, and they worked out perfect. Got that in there. The other thing is, for your connections, just make sure you test when you connect this in there. Pull on that up, just to make sure that your connectors are actually in there pretty good and tight. Mine are good. I don't have any issues. And then just make sure when you re-terminate these on to your panel or whatever this is called, breaker box, fuse box, whatever, make sure that you get underneath the washer. I don't know if you can see that where my finger's pointing, but see there's a washer and the screw. Put your connection underneath that so you get a good connection. Alright, so still no good here, right? But obviously you always have it turned off when you're working on it. So now turn that on. And you can't really tell, but here you can kind of see it with the blue. That is on. You can see the blue light. So now, over here, let's make sure that this works. Yep. All right, we got power back. Just double check this side, but I'm pretty sure. On this side is not in the light, so you can kind of see the red a little bit better. And you can see the blue a bit better on this side. So I'll leave a link in the description down below, so that way if this happens to you, you can replace the part with what I got. Worked out good. Just as a note, I want to give credit where credit is due. I actually did not come up with this myself. I saw on a Facebook group, which I don't have Facebook, but my wife does, so I got onto her account and saw that, I think the guy's name's Donald McPherson, maybe, something like that. Anyway, he posted on there and said that this is the part he grabbed and thought that it was a good fit for everybody. So I'm just kind of tried it out. It works out great, and I thank you for posting that on Facebook. Now I'll have it on YouTube, so hopefully anybody who has a pod and runs into this issue, you're all set. See you on the next one, guys.